That identifies 600 people, not 750, 600 people. Then there is a process with local committees who ask, is this fair? Is this a fair assessment of this person's either research or teaching contribution? And take many people out of the pool as a consequence. Then it goes to a central committee that asks, are the local committees operating fairly across the university? So neither arbitrary, nor unfair, nor failing to take into account
as
local
there's record
considerations,
enrolments at this university and we are paying record amounts of HECS, I think that you should be drastically increasing the number of staff, not coming up with, I do think they're extremely arbitrary criteria for cutting staff. What about some minimum student-staff ratios? What about the fact that people are sitting in the aisles of their lecture theatres? What about the fact that tutorials are absolutely exploding and people are having to work more and more and leaving with record amounts of HECS debt?
And there are two.
We want more staff and less debt. You're giving us more debt and less staff.
Well, there are two things. There are two things about that. The first is that it was a.
Thank you.
The first is that at the. That's why impact on teaching was an important criterion for both the local panels and the central panels. Second,
that's absolute rubbish. I know people who are on those lists, who have been given awards for their quality of teaching. People that are on, the Fellow of the Australian Humanities, and their quality of teaching, the fact, that they take every single tutorial, the fact, that they help us develop our own research, research essays, all those sorts of things have been absolutely ignored. You've got a process that lets those, means that people fall through the hoops, that relies on individuals to carry out your wishes. That means, if they don't have someone who will stick up for them, if they don't have a friend in the management, like yourself, then they will fall through and they will lose their jobs. There's nothing fair about this criteria that you're applying at all. And we can give you lists of academics who have outstanding teaching records by any reasonable standard, and yet you've just let them flow through. They're still on the list, and that is what this university is actually pushing through.
We're not here to debate criteria about who should be cut. We're here to demand not just a reverse to the cuts, but more staff. And if that means that you've got to put aside some of your pet projects, like a swimming pool on Abercrombie Street, and you
absolutely shameful.
Then that's okay with us. We'll debate that. We're not going to debate what criteria staff should be.
We want to debate how you can find the money to stop these cuts. That's the only debate we want to have. We're sick of your weasel words, your lies, and your pathetic little fabrications which patronise students. We know you have hundreds of millions of dollars of planned expenditure. What you call responsible financial management is you burning money on your own warped priorities of a swimming pool, a business school and a research centre, which I can bet you your $1 million salary that none of the students who you talk to asked you to build. None of the students want this. The only one you're convincing with your lies is yourself, so you can go home and sleep at night. But everyone else, the thousands of students and staff, are disgusted by what's happening, by the way staff are being treated. You can talk about process for hours on end, but the fact is, in week one, a meeting of academics, a union meeting, unanimously passed a motion of no confidence in you. So go think about that and adjust your process accordingly, stop the cuts, and stop treating us like we're a bunch of